You shot straight, but you shot late. Holla at me. This is the Rundown Podcast.
I'm gonna give you the rundown.
For the latest in hip-hop and celebrity news, tune in to OG Jucario TV. Run it. Say, man, hey, man, it's OG Jucario, and I'm back at you with another one. And I had to come spin on this topic about Rick Ross' private jet allegedly crashing out in Dallas, Texas. Now, I've been MIA from YouTube for a little while, and I ain't been dropping content like I normally would, but now I'm back on their ass like booty hell. You hear me? And look here, man. That boy Rick Ross warned, Drizzy Drake, saying, hey, man, that's an old jet you got. That jet that you was gifted, you better be careful taking flights on that thing, because something could possibly happen to you, and I just want to warn you before something happens, and I don't get a chance to tell you, right? So that's what Rick was telling Drake. Now, it's ironic that Rick Ross's jet, went down in Dallas, man. Crashed out of nowhere, right? Now, is this all staged, or, is this a real situation that happened with Rick, man? Because he was just warning Drake about his old jet that he was gifted, possibly crashing one day with him on it. And now you have, Rick Ross's private jet doing a crash landing out in Dallas, man. So we're going to get into the video, and we're going to get into the video where Ross tried to foreshadow Drake's plane crashing, right? But his ended up crashing. So let's check it out, man. Run it.
White boy, BBL Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion? Because if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, it's one for 40 on Indian Creek. It's one for 50 on Star Island. You got 48 hours, white boy. If you got Ricky Rose money, ain't none of my niggas winning foreclosure. Come on, white boy. I'm finna bust a bottle. White boy, don't do stunner like that. Come on, man. What happened to that? 48 hours. The countdown has begun. And that old ass jet you got, they gave it to you free. That's a 1978. Be safe on that, Drizzy. Be safe on that plane. That old mother. God, it's great. Hey, no, this shit is really funny, because I'm going to tell y'all, it's like battling against nerds. It's like sitting in a class and you watching all the nerds put together their best science project to present to the class. Man, y'all can have that shit. I ain't with that shit. Nigga, your nose fake, your stomach fake. You don't write raps. Your biggest homies in foreclosure. Come on, man. Go buy all them niggas that's living with each other a big mansion and put the BBL Drizzy logo on the gates, man. Feed them niggas, man. Come on, man. Do that shit, man. And y'all need to pray for Drake and tell him, park that old ass plane. It's a 1978. The cargo jet, people gave it to him free for promo. And I ain't hating, but be safe, my nigga. If something was to happen to you and I couldn't tell you this, be safe. And anybody getting on it, be safe, man. Wear your seatbelts and make sure the oxygen things in there, because that shit was just for luggage. It wasn't for human beings.
Now, as you heard, Rick Ross just told Drake, on that video previously, before the situation occurred with his jet crashing allegedly out there in Dallas, Texas, to be careful on that plane and anybody else who gets on it, because it's a 1978 jet that he was gifted, and it was an older model, so Rick felt like, Drake needed to be careful on that plane because something allegedly could happen to BBL Drizzy and his passengers that could possibly be on the plane with him, right? Now, it's ironic. It's very, very suspicious that Rick Ross, his private jet, ends up crashing in Dallas, Texas, y'all. Now, if that ain't ironic, I don't know what is. Now, y'all let me know, is the powers that be trying to take Rick out for going at Drake, for, not wanting to let up against old BBL Drizzy Cupcake Drake, as Rick Ross called him? Or is it just a coincidence that Rick Ross's private jet ended up crashing after he warned Drake about his jet crash? Now that's throw. Now we're gonna check out what Rick Ross said, you know, in the video that he posted to his IG shortly after the alleged crash of his jet out there in Dallas, Texas. So let's check it out. Run it.
So, thank everybody for all the prayers, but I'm gonna tell you, we on the jet and I'm seeing the fighter jet. I see his nose, it's like Tom Cruise from Top Gun. I seen his nose, I'm seeing him in the cockpit. And I'm like, damn. I see his cheeks and nose going back from the G-force. I'm like, damn. And then, hey man, it happened. You know what I'm saying? I can't say what happened, but it happened. Come on, white boy. White boy. Come on, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. What I'm gonna take back about Drake old plane, BBL Drizzy, I know you got the ashtrays and the armrest and that hindsight. That's really dope. Like, you know, some smoking shit, you know. But we safe, everybody.
Now, the diabolical Drizzy Drake tried to take old Ricky Rose out? Wowzers. Yikes. If that wasn't a chess move, I don't know what checkers is. Now, in Ricky Rose, Officer Ricky, as 50 Cent calls him, Correctional Officer Ricky, as Drake calls him, is still trolling old Drizzy. Matter of fact, he's obviously taking the side of K-Dot, and he's steady trolling. Now, Rick, this might not be a good idea, being that, you know, Drake might have somebody that's, you know, close to you that's trying to sabotage your old jet there, bucko. Yikes.
They made that nigga put on FUBU and go back to the restaurant. Lil Duval, everybody in my DM asking, was you flying my plane? Lil Duval, give these people clarity, man. Give them clarity. See, if you really into this music shit, what I'm listening to right now, what Kendrick just released, is if you was a real Outkast fan, nigga, if you was a real Outkast fan and you ever wanted to know what 3000 would be like if he ever was in a battle, nigga, this is the closest you will ever get to Andre 3000, nigga, ever having to do a nigga dirty. This Kendrick Lamar. Damn, white boy. Kendrick done bust you in the head before y'all even finish the publisher splits.
Now, as you've seen, this is the video, you know, that Rick Ross posted after the alleged crash landing that his jet took out there in Dallas, Texas. And this is the same famous jet that he is always posting on his IG with his name Rick Ross on it, with the Maybach music symbol and all that on it as well. So, you know, you see the wing of the plane, you know, dug in the ground, and they're, I guess, saying that this is what saved the jet from more damage possibly when it landed. I mean, hey man, I don't really know, you know, how that took place, but as you see, the pictures are showing, you know, the landing gear dug all off into the pavement, the dirt or whatnot, and yeah, man, it looked like it was very devastating. And if that isn't suspicious enough, check this out. They're saying that the wing stopped the plane. Wow, isn't that something? Rick Ross, wing stopped, and his actual jet wing stopped the crash. That's suspicious. That's very, very, very suspicious. Now, what's really going on, you guys? Now, Rick didn't go into detail exactly on how the jet had to do a crash landing and why and what took place with that. But, you know, he was just basically saying that everybody aboard was fine, everybody was okay, and everybody made it off safely, right? Nobody was hurt, including himself. You know, he's good. as of right now. And, you know, it was just very ironic, you know, that Rick was telling Drake that 1978 jet that he was gifted, you know what I'm saying, had flaws in it, and maybe something could happen to Drake and his passengers for, you know, flying on this older model jet, right? And it's just very suspicious that Rick Ross had a crash landing, all of a sudden, an emergency crash landing, right, where his jet went down, and he could have almost lost his life as well as the people that was aboard his jet, you know, the pilots or whatnot. And, you know, I just find this very, very suspicious, man, because, you know, he just was telling Drake about this, you know, with his plane. And all of a sudden, out the blue, now you got Rick, you know, damn near losing his life, man. You know, and I feel like, you know, it's something weird with that. Could somebody have sabotaged Rick plane? I mean, hey, maybe so. But at the end of the day, man, you know, you got to be careful what you put out there in the atmosphere, and, you know, the things that you wish upon others, because maybe that could come back to bite you in your ass, you know what I'm saying? And that looked like exactly what happened with Rick. Now, is this a publicity stunt? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Maybe Rick, you know, his flame was dying down, right? And he had to, you know, some type of way get back in the algorithm, some type of way get his name back out there while all this beef going on with K-Dot and Drizzy, because, you know, Rick Ross and Drake had a, you know, sparring match for a minute going back and forth with their diss. And nobody's really talking about Ross now until this situation occurred with his jet allegedly crashing out there in Dallas, Texas. Now, according to the pictures, you know, this crash actually happened. And, you know, it's just very, you know, it's crazy, man. You know, it's very suspicious that all this took place. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. And what's really going on, you guys, is they're trying to take old Ricky Ross, Ricky Rose, Officer Ricky, as 50 Cent called him, out the game. Is, you know, Drizzy Drake, Cupcake Drake, as Rick called him, playing chess right now. And somebody sabotaged Rick's plane, all because of the alleged beef between him and Drake. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. So until next time, it's OG Jucario TV. You're watching the Rundown Podcast. I appreciate everybody for spending with me. I appreciate all my subscribers for sliding with your boy every time. And say, man, hey, man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button, and look, turn on post notification so we can slide whenever I get the drop. And you already know what it is, man. It's deeper than booty hair. And guess what? I'm gone.